Hello everyone, welcome back to Biology Board. This is Brijesh Chotaliya and today we are going to study about 5 kingdom classification in detail. So, 5 kingdom classification system was given by R.H.Whittekar in 1969. He divided this 5 kingdom classification on the basis of 4 criteria. We are going to see everything in detail and we will also study about 5 kingdom in detail. So let's begin with our today's lecture. So many systems of classifications of plants have been proposed by various naturalists and botanists based on different criteria. A Greek naturalist Theophrastus classified plants into 4 groups on the basis of their habitat, and the Theophrastus is considered as the father of botany. A Swedish naturalist Linnaeus classified plants into 24 groups on the basis of sexual characters. Linnaeus is considered as the father of taxonomy. So, Theophrastus, he was the Greek naturalist and he classified plants into 4 groups on the basis of their habitat and is considered as the father of botany. And who is Linnaeus? Linnaeus is considered as the father of taxonomy and he classified plants into 24 groups on the basis of sexual characters. A new 5 kingdom classification system was given by R.H.Whittekar in 1969 on the basis of following 4 criteria. So what are the 4 criteria? First one is complexity of cell structure, that is prokaryotic or eukaryotic. Everyone must be familiar with the term prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Prokaryotic means there are no membrane bound organelles and nuclear membrane is absent, and eukaryotes have well developed nucleus and membrane bound organelles are present in eukaryotes. Then comes complexity of body structure. They are either unicellular or multicellular. Then mode of nutrition, that is autotrophic or heterotrophic. Autotrophic means the photosynthesis and heterotrophic means absorption and ingestion. That means depending on other. Autotrophics are the someone that can prepare their food by their own. Heterotrophic are the ones who depends on other for their foods. Okay, and then major ecological role, that is producer, decomposer, and consumer. This system was developed by Robert H. Whittaker in 1969 and was based on the work done by previous biologists like Carolus Linnaeus. According to the 5 kingdom classification, a living being can be subcategorized into 5 major kingdoms. That is kingdom MONERA, kingdom PROTISTA, kingdom FUNGI, kingdom PLANTAE, and kingdom ANIMALIA. Let's go through all the slides in detail. So first one is kingdom MONERA. It includes bacteria, cyanobacteria, mycoplasma, and archaea belongs to this kingdom. What are the features of kingdom MONERA? So organisms belonging to kingdom MONERA are unicellular and prokaryotic. These organisms are microscopic and occur everywhere. They are seen everywhere. They do not have a well-defined nucleus since they are prokaryotic. There is no presence of membrane-bound organelles like endoplasmic reticulum, chloroplast, mitochondria, or Golgi complex. Why? Because they are prokaryotic. Some organisms have a cell wall while other organisms do not. Okay. And another point is cell wall is made up of polysaccharides and amino acids. Non-cellulosic cell wall is present in kingdom MONERA. Cellulose is absent, not like other that is like plants. Okay. So while there is no presence of cellulose, MONERA that have a cell wall, it is usually built up of protein and polysaccharide compounds. While some organisms classified under kingdom MONERA are heterotrophic, other organisms are autotrophic. While Heterotrophic bacteria can be either a saprophyte or parasite. What is saprophyte? The organisms or the bacteria living on dead and decaying organic materials, okay, and the parasitic dependent on other for their food and nutrition. Then comes autotrophic bacteria. They can be photosynthetic or chemosynthetic. Photosynthetic, that means preparing their own food in the presence of sunlight. And what is chemosynthetic? Making their food due by some chemical reactions. That is chemosynthetic. These organisms are known to be reproduced by asexual method of binary fission. Then types of monerians, categorized into 4 different kinds based on the shape they form. First one is coccus or cocci. These bacteria are known to have a spherical shape. Then comes bacillus and bacilli. These bacteria are known to have the shape of rod. They are the rod-shaped bacteria. Then vibram or vibrio. The shape of coma. The bacteria are of coma-shaped. Then comes spirillum or spirilla. The bacteria are spiral shaped. So these are the types of monerians. Then the second kingdom is kingdom Protista. Protista includes amoeba, euglena, diatoms, paramecium, plasmodium. The organisms, we are going through its features now. What are the features of kingdom Protista? Organisms grouped under kingdom Protista are unicellular and eukaryotic. Now they have become eukaryotic. This kingdom is eukaryotic. So they are simple multicellular organisms. Simple multicellular. Although they are unicellular, but they are simply multicellular, although they are the simplest form of eukaryotes. They are the simplest form of eukaryotes. They are either autotrophs or heterotrophs. Some organisms also have appendages that are called flagella or cilia. They use these mechanisms to move around for locomotion. Okay. They opt for sexual or asexual modes of reproduction. Sexual reproductions occur by the process of fusion of cells and the formation of a zygote. Fusion of cells means asexual reproduction and formation of zygote by sexual reproduction. Protists have two major groups. The first bears similarity with animal cells in the sense they do not have cell walls. Animal cells lack cell walls. Okay, and the second bears similarity to the plant cells, which have cell walls and have characteristics similar to that of algae. The Protista kingdom does not have well-defined boundaries. That is, cell wall is present in some. Not everyone has cell wall. Okay. These organisms are mostly aquatic organisms. Subgroups of protists now. They are subcategorized into the first one is chrysophytes. This group consists of diatoms and desmids or golden algae. These organisms are found living in either freshwater or marine ecosystem. Then comes dinoflagellates. These organisms often appear to be green, yellow, red, blue or brown in color depending on the color of their cell pigments. These are also marine organisms, however they conduct photosynthesis. Then euglenoids. These organisms do not have a cell wall, though there is a presence of a pellicle which is a protein-rich layer. Okay, there is outer soft covering, which we call it as pellicle, not the cell wall, and the pellicle is protein-rich layer. Most of these organisms live in either freshwater or water bodies that are motionless, that is stagnant water. Okay. Then comes slime mold. These are saprophytes, means living on the dead and decaying materials, meaning they feed on dead and decaying or decomposed material. When conditions are favorable, they often form plasmodial slime molds, which are an accumulation of slime molds. Protozoans, mostly existing as either predators or parasites. Protozoans are heterotrophic. These organisms can be either amoeboid protozoans, flagellated protozoans, ciliated protozoans, or sporozoans. And the next comes kingdom fungi. Kingdom fungi consists of eukaryotic, heterotrophic, and multicellular organisms. So let's go through the features of kingdom fungi. These organisms are eukaryotic. They feed on dead or decaying organic materials, means they are saprophytic also. Hence, they depend on a saprophytic modes of nutrition. They have cell walls present in them, which is made up of chitin. Cell wall made up of chitin. Fungi can be either unicellular or multicellular. So, yeast is an example of unicellular, and mushrooms are the example of multicellular. Yeast and mushroom are the fungi, but yeast is unicellular and mushrooms are multicellular. They are heterotrophic organisms. They can also often be parasitic. Reproductions occur from both sexual and asexual methods of spore formation. Carbon is stored in fungi, not in the form of starch, but in the form of oxygen. Examples of fungi include mushrooms, yeast, and aspergillus. Aspergillus. Fungi are incapable of locomotion. They are motionless. They consist of fine threads known as hyphae. What is hyphae? It helps in the attachment to the substratum. An entire web of hyphae is known as mycelium. Then comes kingdom Plantae, the fourth kingdom. This kingdom can be subdivided into categories of its own. That is, everyone must be familiar with the classification of plant kingdom. The first comes Thelophyte, then Bryophyte, Pteridophyte, Gymnosperms, and Angiosperms. Based on the absence or presence of specialized vascular tissue and their various body structures. What is specialized vascular tissue? Xylem and phloem. Yeah. However, organisms under the Plantae kingdom also have common characteristic features. So let's study its features. Organisms are all eukaryotic organisms and have chloroplast. The Plantae kingdom has the presence of chloroplast which contains the chlorophyll pigment, that is green pigment. They are multicellular. They have a cell wall that is highly distinct and made up of cellulose. Plantae kingdom organisms are not motile. Okay, the plant are immobile. They cannot move from one place to another place. Okay, so Plantae kingdom organisms are not motile. These organisms make their own food by conducting photosynthesis, hence they are called autotrophs. Some of them, however, are heterotrophs. They are depends on others. Some plants are also there. Cells in them are classified as true plant tissues. There is presence of photosynthetic pigments like chlorophyll and plastids. These organisms store food in the form of starch. Both sexual and asexual forms of reproduction occur in these organisms. Some examples of these flowering plants are ferns, conifers, roses, and more. Then comes kingdom plant Animalia. Sorry. The animal kingdom is divided into various phyla, consist of various classes, which are Porifera, Coelenterate, Arthropoda, Echinodermata, Chordata, to name few. What are the features of Animalia kingdom? These organisms are eukaryotic. They are also multicellular. They do not have a cell wall. Yes, the animal kingdom do not have cell wall. Animals, they lack cell wall. There is no presence of photosynthetic pigments because the Animalia kingdoms, the animals and the organisms are heterotrophs. They depend on others. They are motile organisms. Yes, we all can walk. We are under the kingdom Animalia. They are heterotrophs in nature, which means they cannot make their own food and they depend on the other organisms for the food. The Animalia kingdom is highly diverse, with some organisms being extremely simple in terms of structure and organization, and some being specialized with a complex tissue organization structure. Animal is the highly diverse. They are the highly diverse organisms amongst the five kingdoms. These organisms can produce both sexually and asexually. Carbon is stored as fat and glycogen. Common examples of animal kingdom include chordata, that is vertebrates like birds, reptiles, fishes, mammals, amphibians. Phylum mollusca includes squid and snails. Phylum Arthropoda includes insects, crustaceans, and more. You can give any examples of kingdom Animalia. You all must be familiar with the animals. So I have summarized everything into one table. So let's do the quick revision of this summary. So the first one shows kingdom Monera, then kingdom Protista, kingdom Fungi, kingdom Plantae Animalia, and these sides are the characters. These are the characters, that is cell type, cell wall, nuclear membrane, body organization, mode of nutrition. So in kingdom Monera, prokaryotic cell type, non-cellulosic, that is made up of polysaccharides and amino acids. Cell wall is made up of polysaccharide and amino acids. Nuclear membrane is absent since they are prokaryotic. Nuclear membrane is absent in kingdom Monera. Body organization is cellular. Mode of nutrition, that is autotrophic. And autotrophic specially contains chemosynthetic and photosynthetic. And also they are heterotrophic, that is saprophytic and parasitic. Then comes kingdom Protista. The cell type is either eukaryotic, cell wall is present in some, nuclear membrane present since they are the class now comes with the kingdom now comes with eukaryotic cell type. Just remember, if the cell type is eukaryotic, then nuclear membrane is present. See in every kingdom. Where comes eukaryotic, the nuclear membrane is present. So let's begin with our continue with this. Kingdom Protista body organization is cellular. They are autotrophic and heterotrophic. Kingdom Fungi, eukaryotic cell type present with chitin. What? The cell wall. The cell wall is present with chitin. Nuclear membrane present. Body organization, multicellular and made up of loose tissues. Mode of nutrition is heterotrophic and especially saprophytic and parasitic. They are not autotrophs. The kingdom Plantae, they are eukaryotic. Cell wall is present and it is specially made up of cellulose. Cell membrane is present. Body organization, tissue and organ level. Mode of nutrition is autotrophic and specially photosynthetic. Then comes kingdom Animalia. The cell type is eukaryotic. Cell wall is made up. Cell wall is it's not made up. Absent. Yes, obviously. And then comes nuclear membrane. Yes, nuclear membrane is present. We have well developed the nucleus. Body organization, tissue level, organ level and organ system level of body organization. Mode of nutrition is heterotrophic. We are dependent on other. Animals are always dependent on others. They cannot make their food by their own. So this is all about five kingdom classification given by R.H.Whittekar. Okay. Then so thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked this. This was all about five kingdom classification given by R.H. Whittekar. Stay tuned for next videos and next upcoming lectures.